Welcome back, piggies, to another episode of the Pigskin Pals podcast. We are back after a long hiatus. The season is just around the corner, we'll say. We just finished our rookie draft a couple weeks ago. So we figured, hey, let's go over it, see what everyone did, share our thoughts about what everyone drafted, some shitty picks, some good picks, some fun trades. We'll see, we'll go over it all. Without further ado, let's get stuck right into it.
So, this is season 3 of the Pigskin Pals podcast. Thank you again for tuning in. We just completed our rookie draft. I believe this was our 4th rookie draft, though, or 4th or...
Fourth,
I think it was the 4th.
I think it's probably
yeah. So, we completed our 2025 rookie draft, and going into it, I personally had a mindset. So, I had the 104, the 104, the 110, and the 201. And going into it, there were 13 players, 14 players that I was really comfortable with. So I was like, I'm probably not going to do a lot of movement. I'm going to be happy with whatever happens to me because I have those first top 13 picks too. So I'm just going to take whatever falls. And that's pretty much what happened. I did one little trade up to kind of secure a person that I did want. But going back into it, based on my team build, there could be a questionable pick. Mm-hmm. So going into it, I knew I really wanted to beef up my running back room. And that's what I did. I passed on a quarterback at the 104. Cam Ward was available. I took Travion Henderson. I thought he was pretty electric. And he was drafted very highly. That was another thing that I was kind of going into the draft. I was kind of looking at hit rates of players and round 1 running backs, round 2 running backs, high hit rate. Round 1 tight ends have an 80% hit rate too. And then wide receivers and quarterbacks are pretty low. So as you can see, the picks I did, that's kind of what I followed. Then Sam and I were in cahoots and talking. I knew what player he wanted. He wanted Tyler Warren. And this was when Jake was on the clock, Uzma Kappa, before the Quinshon Judkins pick. I was like, there's a chance that he doesn't even take Judkins, and I would die to have Judkins and Henderson fall to me. So I moved up to that second spot, and I knew I was going to take a running back regardless, but I kind of preferred Caleb over RJ Harvey also, so I was like, I'll be happy either way. Unfortunately, someone else sniped Judkins, and then I got Caleb Johnson.
Payback.
And then at the start of the second round, I picked Colson Loveland, who I personally liked him more than Warren. Higher draft capital, seems like he can even be on the field more because he's a better blocker, and seems like he's even more agile and athletic as a receiver, in my opinion. So, and he just went to a crazy great offense on paper. So I was pretty excited to get that top 10 pick. Falling all the way to the 2-1 feels like a pretty good steal.
It's good value.
Could have picked Dart, but as I was saying with the hit rates, I was like, I'll go with Loveland. And now there's rumors Dart's not even going to play this year. So I'm like, well, that wouldn't have helped me anyways. So
well, it may have though. You don't have quarterbacks, so it's a little suspect. But with that being said, not having quarterbacks, I was right after you in the draft. I was pick 5 and you were pick 4. My plan going into it, basically I have 2 spots that I need. It was quarterback and running back. I didn't think I would necessarily get a quarterback in this draft, at least early, because I figured I'd go running back at my first pick. I was hoping Mr. Travion Henderson was going to be there at 5, and I thought, oh, Dayne's got literally 0 quarterbacks. He'll probably take Cam Ward.
I have Jordan Love.
Okay.
I don't have 0.
Okay, sorry. You have 1 quarterback. My bad. So I was thinking I may get Henderson. I unfortunately did not, so I had to pivot to Cam Ward, which is fine because I needed a nice QB3. I've got Goff and Kyler. So I said it's worth throwing a shot at Ward here, especially because I think Luke isn't going to take a running back right afterwards because he took Ashton Genty. Speaking of that, my draft strategy going into it was going to unload all of my picks and things of that nature for the 101. Austin initially had it and made a trade with Luke. And then I sent a trade to Luke as well. It was the 101 and the 312 is what I would receive, and he would get my 26 first, the 105, and the 208. Since Luke said that he traded up because he wants to compete. He said, no, thank you, and shut me down. So I had to stick with where I was, which led me to Cam Ward. But because I didn't get Travion Henderson, I thought, damn, I really need to get back into this first round because I have only Alvin Kamara in my running back position, and then Javonte Williams is my RB2. So I need a little bit of help here. I just stayed over here because I did make a trade. Whoa, I don't know where it went. I'm lost. It's gone. There we go. Bangarang. With Jake. You're going to cut all this shit out, please.
Probably won't, but it was your future first.
Yeah, it was
2026 first.
Here we go. It was I got the 107 for the future first and the 208. So I kind of gave up. I'm just counting on myself coming back to championship form this next year, and having a high first round pick and then throwing in a 208 there. So I'm not super high on a lot of these late second round picks. And I got back into that first round and sniped Quinshad Junkins back from Dayne since he took Travion Henderson. That was pretty nice. Felt pretty good about that. Had the 206 from another trade, took Cam Scadabo, basically just hammering running backs if I think they're reasonable. Traded back into the end of the second to get my man Jaden Blue, because I got to get the Cowboy. You know what it is. It's all good. And then I had the 311. Guy was really targeted at the end of drafts was Mr. Ayomanor. I actually have no clue how you say his name realistically. I think that's probably right. Just to pair with Cam Ward, he's a big X for the Titans, big X receiver. Hopefully, he should be getting some playing time. I don't see anyone that would stop him from doing so, based on what the coaches are saying, too, that he's basically going to start from day one. So at least give me a chance, a good dart throw there. So
I mean, yes, someone's got to start on the Titans.
Someone's got to start. So he may suck, who knows, but he'll be on the field. So that's all you need from a 311 pick.
That's pretty interesting. Going into the board, or going into the draft, hearing you say like, oh, I kind of had to take Cam Ward at the 105 because Henderson was taken off. I was fully prepared to take Judkins at the 104 if Riley took Henderson at the 103. Also, like I was fully prepared to go.
You were just going running back. Yeah. So I'm happy that Henderson did not go then, because that would have been really sad if I just had no running backs there left. I mean, obviously I went Ward, but I mean to trade back in. I'm higher on Judkins than I am on like Johnson and Harvey, so it would have been a big tear down for me. But let's just look at the rest of the first round. I think there was nothing too crazy. I think I don't know about you. I'm not a big Ted McMillan guy personally. I'm sure he'll be good, but I was always thinking that the beginning of drafts would basically go 3 or 4 RBs in Ward. I don't know what you thought.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think he's going to be surprisingly good. Like the size and measurables he has is pretty elite. The draft capital he has, elite. And then he just went to, I feel like, a pretty good landing spot too, where he's going to be, or has the path to be the best receiver. And everyone, who do they comp him to? Mike Evans. Guess who his coaches?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that was just playing with Mike Evans too. So
yeah, like I said, I don't think I don't know. I just wasn't really high on like literally any of these receivers this year. Like I was not too thrilled. I was glad that I was RB needy and not wide receiver needy coming into this draft, because it felt like it was a little lackluster. I know that's like a common thing that people were saying, so I don't think that's
I was
surprising.
just overall surprised that more people weren't thirsty for running backs, because it feels like everyone always is.
Yep.
And I felt like the only one that was like, well, running backs there, I'm going running back. Like I was
surprised that Riley didn't go at the 103, because he's got a real trouble at the running back position. I mean, he's pretty old. Like his team's a little bit older in general. So, I mean, taking a longevity pick at Ted McMillan is not bad, but he really doesn't have any running backs. So I was surprised when he did that first.
If he did go Hendo and then I went Judkins, would you have gone Tet or Ward?
No, I would have just gone Ward, and then probably tried trading back in for Harvey or Johnson. Probably would have been my call. I would have hoped to try and get Johnson. So I probably would have done the same trade with Jake and gone Caleb instead.
I do like Harvey, though. I think we can just click on Riley's tab, because I want to talk about Harvey. But I think Harvey is a great win now player already. Like he was definitely a surprise going that early in the draft. But from everything that we know about Sean Payton he's going to utilize the running backs that he's drafted. He always has, of Reggie Bush, Kamara, Mark Ingram,
Yeah.
whoever.
I think I really just am so fed up with having a Denver running back because I've had Jaleel,
Javonte.
I've had Javante. It was like I had such a sour taste in my mouth from that I was like never gonna pick RJ just because it was just not in the cards. So he realistically is a great pick there, and if you're trying to win now, he is not as much of a longevity pick, more so like I'm trying to win this next couple of years. I just couldn't do it. If I never would have been able to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the age that is super scary. But
Mm-hmm.
like, imagine he was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I think he probably would have gone before Henderson and Judkins.
Maybe.
Like
I
the
think
landing spot
I think
ideal
his
thing with all the hype.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I also think that he wasn't like a highly touted prospect, so I think that's holding back his value as well, like his draft capital, because like he wasn't like a guy that people thought was gonna go that early in the draft because he's not an exceptional prospect. So I think that's along with his age is kind of what is doing it. So I think if he was 21, he probably goes in like right by Judkins or after Henderson would be my thought.
Yeah, and I play a different game, or I've been trying to train my brain a different way of like everything I consume up to the draft is just like informational. But as soon as the
Yeah.
draft happens and we actually find out how teams value players,
Yeah,
I try and throw it like all out the window. I'm like,
that's fair.
I'm going just based off draft capital
Totally fair.
sometimes. So yeah, Riley started with Tet, got RJ Harvey, Jack Besh at the
Big value.
12. I think that's a great
Huge value.
pick.
I agree.
And Elijah Arroyo, that could be a
Yeah.
solid pick too.
Nothing wrong with that. Let's just go down the line then. I'll start at Austin. Somehow just acquired every single one of Luke's picks, and that was it. That was all he was doing.
Interesting. So he went Hampton, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milrow. So I think it's all right for like a rebuilding team,
Yeah,
just
it's
to give it some backstory.
yeah, just getting a little backbone to this team that needs a lot of help. He's got really no quarterbacks, so it's taking some dart throws there. I think I personally would have went Will Howard over Milrow. If I
Really?
Yeah, I just think I'm not sure both of them are really going to be anything, or I might even gone Shador over both of them, but I like Will Howard's spot more. I'm not convinced Aaron Rodgers is playing football. I think Will Howard can very easily play this year. And even if, he's not in win now mode, if Will Howard gets snaps and starts playing, that's a guy you can just pawn off because he's probably not going to be a franchise guy. You can try and get more picks that way too. I just don't think
I
Milrow will get the time, but
I think Milrow's a really good pick, or at least fun pick too, because
it's more fun than Howard, that is for sure.
I mean, yeah, he was drafted, I think, pretty high. Like he was drafted over Howard and Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, who didn't even go in our draft. But
Yeah.
he has the rushing upside. He is extremely athletic. He probably won't like he'll get time to learn too, and then it makes sense for Austin's team with Sam Darnold.
That's
as the starter.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I definitely didn't take into account that he does have Darnold. So if it can just transition that way for him, where it just goes from Darnold to him, that could be really nice. He was trying to trade to get like a bunch of these round picks and take all three. It was his literal plan. So yeah, that was pretty fun to watch.
But isn't
He was
his
helping-
game plan to have Arch Manning? Like he doesn't need these quarterbacks.
I don't know what his plan is. He's just taking as many dart throws as possible because he was helping me move in.
Dart throws.
Nice, that's good. He was helping me move into my new house, and that's when the draft was happening, and literally the whole time he was just like Snapchatting people, like trying to get third round picks, trying to get Will Howard, Shador, Jalen Milrow. It was so funny to watch. But we can go to Luke. He
Killed it. That first round, dude, I think was super fun.
I mean, Genty, obviously great. I wanted him more than anything. Obviously didn't get him. I am a certified Travis Hunter hater. I think,
really?
yeah, I think he's not going to be all that good. I could
And
very
why?
well be wrong. I don't have any real reason for you. I'll be honest with you.
You're
It's
just a hater.
I'm just a hater. I think if he's playing two ways, it's going to hinder his offensive output. I think Brian Thomas is simply a better receiver than he is, and has already proven it. I don't know. I've always thought he was a better cornerback than a wide receiver, even in college. That's just where I'm at. I think he'll end up being way more defensively oriented than offensively oriented. That's probably way off, but I just don't like him very much.
Well,
As a
early reports
fantasy
are
player.
he's starting off on offense only and then working into defense.
There you go. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's good value at the 106, right? That was a guy that was going pretty early in a lot of rookie drafts, so I can't hate the pick at 106.
I was just kind of bummed that he shot up the draft board so far. Like, it was literally like a week before the draft, and then after the draft, like, he was just moving up constantly. Like, before that, when there were a lot of questions of like where he's gonna go and everything, like, it seemed like he was kind of a lock for like the end of the first round.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, that could be like a pretty fun dart throw.
Yeah.
And I do think like he had the most electrifying tape, I would say, out of any of the receivers in this class.
Sure.
Like, you could see, like, I saw more like Odell stuff where it's like, oh, you're catching this breakaway, the concentration, all of that. I saw a couple of people too, which is why I started really getting higher. Like, they would put him in like the 3-4 like spectrum of last year's class too, like right with the other elites. And I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want this guy now. But yeah, it's definitely a big question mark. He also got a second hunter to back it up in Jaquiz Hunter, I think. Or
I believe
Jarquez.
that's right. Yeah, Jarquez.
Yeah, Jarquez Hunter, the Rams running back. That's someone I was kind of eyeing for waiver wires, just because we don't know what the Quorum and Kyron thing is going to be, but I feel like it's just going to be the Kyron show again.
Likely, it 100% is. I still feel so bad about Kyron. I had him on my taxi for like a couple days, and I was like, or my bench, whatever it was, and I was like, I don't think this right guy. And then here he is. I will never let myself live that down. But let's move on to Rye Guy, who had way less picks than I thought he did. Wow.
I think he was trading up last year's draft.
That's true. He got May and Caleb last year because he traded back in. But he pairs up May with Kyle Williams. I really like Kyle Williams. If he would have been there at 211, I would have. Yeah, fuck you.
You and the New England wide receiver.
I know, name better duo. R.I.P. Javon Baker on the waiver wire. I would have had a real hard time picking between Kyle Williams and Jaden Blue. I probably still would have went Jaden Blue just because I don't really have anywhere for a receiver to go on my team. And I really need help at running back. But I like Williams. I think he's one of those guys that's going to be on the field right away. You're going to know what you're going to get, and you're going to have a chance to have a player right away, which is what I like to see in a later round pick.
And then I think Ferguson's a great pick too.
Yeah.
All the way at the third round, like he would be my third favorite tight end, I think.
Yeah.
He was the third tight end drafted.
I was going to say, I was actually really surprised that the two, Taylor and Fanning, going early as they did. I mean, I guess maybe people are tight end needy. It's just like I never was even thinking of tight end in that spot, personally, like in here, especially these guys. No. But that's just me. Move on to Parker. Oh, he got Will Howard. How fun. His Pittsburgh guy.
Interesting. I've never really looked at who
I know.
everyone
This is my first
drafted.
time looking at who the like cumulative draft for everyone.
So he got Golden as his first round pick. He made it very clear to everyone he really wanted Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
Not a strategy I would really go with of saying who I want.
He was never making it to 112 anyway, no matter what.
No, but still, yeah. It's just funny.
Mary.
So yeah, he got Matthew Golden, which I think like I would have been comfortable taking. Like if he didn't take Golden there and he went Loveland or Dart or something, I might have taken him at the 201 too, just because first round wide receiver. Sure, I'll eat that up at the second round. So like, yeah. It can work out. His hand's great. Speaking as a Packers fan, I'm excited to see what he can bring, but his profile is very concerning with just his production that he kind of didn't really produce. And then Harold Fannin, that's a different dude that had a lot of production.
Yeah, this guy produced. I think if he'd gone like maybe a different landing spot, I would have been a little bit more excited about it. I just think Njoku's a very good tight end, and maybe they'll use them both. They don't have like super large amount of weapons, but I just think this is more of a long game plan than a right now gonna show up and play.
Well, I'm just concerned about the Browns in general.
Yeah,
like if no one shows up at quarterback, then like what's happening on that offense? Like how are they going to get the ball moving? Which is why I always preferred Henderson over Judkins too. Like yes, it can change in the future, but I'm like if they can't like convert like a 3rd and 5 or something, like what's going to happen? Yeah,
for sure. That's a very valid thing to be worried about. He picked up Will Howard, his Pittsburgh Steeler. I think it's a good pick. I think he's got a chance to play. He doesn't necessarily need him. He doesn't have a third QB, but he'll probably be playing Bo Nix and Stroud most weeks anyway. So it's worth a dart throw, I think. And then Royals you got from Kansas City. I don't mind this at 3-8. I see like a lot of people saying that like this is like the guy that you didn't want to get late in rookie drafts. I never really was too high on him. I also think the Kansas City room's pretty filled at this point in terms of receivers.
Yeah, this is where I feel like I'm a lot better of a drafter than most people in this round, where it's not looking at landing spots and everything. You literally just have to look at draft capital. Like Pat Bryant.
Yeah.
You could have drafted him there, 3rd round wide receiver that went to a pretty open spot in the Broncos. Even Tesla, like I got him off the waiver wires. Another high round 3rd round player that who does he have? 1 or 2 players in front of him, but that could always move or get injury. Like it's the same thing for Royals, but they're just less committed to him.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to go with the commitment there.
That's totally fair. Move on to Ethan, who had like no picks.
Yeah, he sold all of his picks last year for a win now, but he got your boy when Shador Sanders,
my boy,
and Dylan Sampson. He went back-to-back Cleveland picks, and then Mr. Irrelevant Devin Neal.
I was kind of hoping Neal was going to make it to waiver wire, handcuff Kamara with my taxi Neal or something like that. Could have been nice, but he gets taken as Mr. Irrelevant. Good for him.
But you got Kendre.
I did.
Like
I
that
actually
more
feel
for
pretty,
you.
Yeah, I actually feel pretty good. I was looking through the waiver wire after everyone did their mass drops for these rookies. I'm like, Kendre Miller's like a real football player. Like I don't know why he's sitting out here, and I was like, I don't think that he might be the real handcuff. And
he kind of flashed at the end of the season too.
Yeah, he was perfectly reasonable. And I like you said, it might have worked out better. I think he may be the actual handcuff as opposed to Neal. So we'll see. Did we do Jake? We did not. What a draft from Jake. An insane draft.
He went Mason Taylor and Tyler Shuck, right?
Yeah.
So wild. But he did have the 107. He could have picked anyone he wanted. Sounded like when I was talking to him, when we were in the cahoots of Sam, me, and him, we were all kind of in a call figuring things out. Because I had the 108, and Sam and I were like, okay, who are you going to pick so we can figure out who we can do it? And that was like when he was like, oh, I'm going on a date, and I'm not going to pick till tomorrow. He was thinking wide receiver, Mbuka or Golden here at the 107. Instead, took your trade.
Which I think is perfectly reasonable thing to take.
I don't think so, though, because he does this every year. Like
that's true.
If
you're always trading back and not really getting anything from it, you're not really doing anything.
And with his team now, like he can't really push it back any further. Like I would have traded a pick for a vet or something instead of trading it. Like go all in rather than just being like, oh, I don't really know who I want here, so I'm gonna take a back seat.
The only thing is his team is a little bit older, so if he's actually going to keep, so now he has 2 first-round picks next year, right? If he's actually going to keep these picks and use them, then I don't think it's all that bad, and like try and get younger that way. I think it's fine. And if he calls it right and I suck this year, then he gets a nice top 5 pick. That could be sweet for him too. First picks, I guess I'm not really attached to either of them. Shuck obviously looks a lot better now that Carr retired. Tech probably starting quarterback, I would assume. I have no clue what that situation is like. I don't think anyone knows.
Spencer Rattler, is it?
I don't think. I feel. I'm kind of. I think it could be a good thing for Alvin Kamara, but this also could be absolutely terrible for Alvin Kamara because I think this Saints team is going to be so ungodly terrible, like so bad. So
maybe they start off extremely hot like last year too, or they just surprise everyone.
Yeah, shit on the Cowboys by like 40. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that. Not with Tyler Shuck. But speaking about myself now, I'm hoping that he just dumps off to Kamara like 40 times a game, and that's the extent of his production. That would be cool.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I got a guy with some picks.
Okay, Pat Bryant wasn't there instead of Jalen Rose, who's taken right before. But still, some other players.
I really
Ben loaded up.
He loaded up on receivers. One of these guys will hit for sure. Did he get both? Yeah, he got both Houston guys.
If not 2.
Epic. I think Trey Harris is probably one of the better picks of the second round. Personally, I love Trey Harris. I think he's got good opportunity. Also, Luther Burden is good value at 2-3.
He should have just got your pick right after and taken Jack Besh too. And it's like, certified one's gonna hit.
Yeah, if one of these players doesn't hit, I mean, this game's impossible. Then it's just like so unlucky.
I mean, he's gonna have to. It's really gonna have to come from the Houston receivers or Trey Harris this year.
This year for sure.
I don't necessarily think Burden's gonna be fantasy viable this year.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I think what, based on the draft and what Ben Johnson did or Ryan Poles for the Bears, I feel like there's a trade looming for DJ Moore midseason.
I can see it. There was rumors for that for like the Cowboys for a while. Obviously, that went a different way, but I could totally see that being the case for sure. And I think Luther Burden fits his team really well because he already has like a really nice receiver room. Like from what I recall, I think it's like Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. He has Calvin Ridley, who's like going to age out, but like he's perfectly good for right now. Devontae Smith, like he's got guys. He doesn't need these guys right away. So I think like a Luther Burden is like a really nice pick for him, where he can sit on him and just wait and see if he's going to be something in a couple of years. And then that guy like Trey Harris and the Houston guys, he can see if they pop right now and he can go in for like Ridley or something. So I think
Ben and I were actually in cahoots about a trade too. It still could happen. I'm curious about your perspective. I kind of declined it because I was like, I don't think it's really enough to really put me over the edge and say yes. It just feels like a very lateral movement, or I'm helping my opponent more. And the trade was, I'll give Ben Jerry Jeudy and Tony Pollard, and then I would get Devonta Smith.
Oh wow!
Where like when you hear the names, it's like, oh yeah, I think like Devonta Smith should be the best piece. I would take him, but it's like, honestly, like, okay, Smith is in a huge crowded field. Hurts doesn't really throw the ball that much. Jerry Jeudy's by himself. He could get all the work. He ate last year. He outperformed Smith. And then it's also, I'm giving another player on top that could be an RB2.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Jeudy and Devontae are not different enough for that to be the trade, especially with how Jeudy ended the season, or I don't know if it was ended or it was middle of the season, whichever it was. I think you're probably right for keeping it, especially since you don't have like the... Actually, you have a great running back room. Why did you slam so many running backs, bro? That's crazy from you.
I don't know. When I looked after that, I was like, holy fuck, hell. I'm loaded up on running back now.
Like, what's going on here? And he's got Joe Flacco.
I have the deepest running back room now. I wouldn't say the best, but like I have the most depth, and that's always been my motto.
That's been your thing. If I was you right now, I'd be tossing Pollard. I'd be tossing Najee. Like, I'd be tossing Jalen Warren. I'd say, you guys give me second rounders or something, and then keep your new guys. And like,
the thing is, like, I feel like I might have to rely on Pollard.
Yeah, maybe not Pollard.
Najee, maybe in like the early season.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure you will. Caleb Johnson and Traven Henderson are both gonna, I think, do pretty well. But anyway, yeah, you're loaded. It's insane. It's nutty. We already went through Ben. We went through Riley. We went through you, Peter. Wow. Honestly, kind of a nice draft.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Nice draft.
I mean, just another receiver to kind of add to his arsenal, which he's already loaded up. He doesn't need anyone to perform right now. I think Mbuka is a perfect pick for his team right there.
Agree. And then Tootin's a great 3-1. I think that's almost a value for him at 3-1. That's like a great pick. I probably like, in all reality, that probably should have been my pick. But
I was just going to ask you if you regret going blue.
No, I mean, it's kind of similar. I got Etienne, I got Bigsby. And
you both got farts.
Tootin, yeah. So I would rather go with the Cowboy at that point because, that's what I do. I draft Cowboys and pray that they're good.
Well, the one thing that has been making me think about Tootin a lot is the comparison of how Canales is, or no, not Canales, Liam Eichen. Yeah.
Cohen.
Or Liam Cohen. How he kind of just had Bucky Irving jump the depth chart, and how this could be that pick
for sure
for the Jaguars. Because it's just a messy backfield.
This is one of those things too where, like, you're talking about DJ Moore. Like, I could totally see an ETN trade at some point this year, and they just rock Tootin and Bigsby. Like, I wouldn't be out of the. I think it's like contract year for ETN. It's a great time for them to get out of it. Like, trade him to some RBD team like the Cowboys or something, and they can call it a day. But yeah.
And to wrap it up, whoa.
Tyler Warren, all right, which is basically something we talked about already when you guys were talking about your trade.
Yeah, he said that he wanted him, and he left with him.
So, yes, he did, and only him. Something I thought was funny now, just looking at this board, is I'm like, why are there like no pictures for any players on these? And I'm like, oh, wait, who am I on? It's like, oh, it's because literally every pick in the draft was traded somehow. Like, there are so many
Oh,
trade. Like, look at all of this.
I see.
Like,
I mean,
literally
yeah,
trades
that's an active league
everywhere.
right
No,
there.
it's great.
Congrats, boys.
It's so much fun. But I'm like, what the hell's going on? And it's just trade, 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 trade. It's so fun.
It's kind of crazy how all the first rounds were swapped.
Yeah,
Peter and Riley, you
it's
guys
just
gotta
yeah. These two,
liven it up.
yeah, get popping. But that is it. Anything else you wanna mention about the draft or league in general?
I don't know. I don't want to stop talking about ball, so I guess we'll just have to come back with more ideas, film
Facts.
some more episodes for everyone.
We got to
But
do
thanks
our
for tuning in.
power rankings episode at some point. I know we're a
We
little
have to
far
do
out from that, but
we have to do our side bite rewards soon
oh
too.
shit, we're a little late on that, yeah. Holy.
So stay tuned. Thanks for tuning into season 3, league mates and listeners. Comment down below who you drafted. I'm excited to see what transpired. Or do you want to actually do waiver wire acquisitions?
We can take a look quick. If they're kind of ridiculous,
Yes.
like there's an absurd amount of waiver wire things. I'm not streaming anymore. I will do that again. Here we go. This was the mass additions after the draft.
So we had Dylan Gabriel for
100.
100 fab.
100.
Isaac Tesla, 100 fab.
I don't know who
Woody
Woody Marks is,
Marks.
by the way. Who is this guy?
He's a USC running back. He's pass catching only almost. It looked like I think he had an insane amount.
Epic.
So kind of makes sense for Houston to kind of add him.
Yeah.
But 83 fab, that's crazy. He wanted him.
Dyke.
You got
70.
is that it or is it DK?
I call him Dyke. I was like, I'm grabbing the other Tennessee guy. I like, if I could get another stack, another nicey high tier stack, that'd be fun. And there wasn't too many guys that I wanted, so I was like, I'll toss 79 at him. Gunnar
Yeah,
Helm,
then we got who is
unreal. Alrande Godsden, tight end, Chargers.
okay.
I kind of, I dislike this Gunnar Helm pick from Austin. Chig Okonkwo is the truth. All right, chill with that. Gunnar Helm is nothing.
I forgot about Chig.
Chig is the GOAT, dude. I saw him in a Cam Ward post today, and he tossed the ball right to Chig Okonkwo. I'm like, look at that duo. Give me Chig
What is
back.
the difference between Chig and Jonnu Smith? Nothing.
I think Chig's a little bit more athletic. That's about it.
Really?
Yeah, probably like worse blocker and like player in general, but more athletic.
Worst fantasy player.
Yeah, certainly that. Ollie Gordon for 33 to Ben. Jordan James dropping Higbee for 33 to Ben as well. Ben again. He's going 33 master. Dropping 33s like it's nothing.
Getting all 33s.
Bunch of
DJ
backup running backs. I mean, go off.
I
That's
like
what you're supposed to
Giddens. I wish he had better draft capital. Otherwise, that would have been someone I
Yeah.
would have eyed up late. Torrey Horton, Xavier Restrepo.
This is a guy that I'm worried that I'm going to take the 2 Tennessee receivers, and this guy ends up being the dude, which I don't believe he will. I simply don't,
not.
but I'm nervous about that.
He's a UDFA, right?
Yeah,
And how often does that pan out?
it doesn't.
Especially when they draft like other wide receivers too.
Yeah.
Like I think you're chilling.
This
Ricky
guy,
White,
Phil
Jalen.
Maffa is not making the team. I'll tell you that.
Wait,
I
who
don't know.
is
I don't know, but he's not making the Cowboys team. I'll tell you that.
I didn't even my eyes didn't even recognize that. I just passed right over it. Ricky White. I think Jalen Lane could be a fun pick. And Kyle.
I love Kyle Monongai, dude. I think he's got a real chance to actually play. 'Cause I'm not convinced that Roshan Johnson's any good as a 2. And, Swift is there. He's going to be the one. I'm not saying Monongai's going to take him over, but I think this guy's got a chance to get on the field at least.
Ooh, should we call a Travis Etienne to the Bears mid-season?
I hope not.
DJ Moore for Travis Etienne.
Hello. That's a crazy trade. Speaking of Etienne, Trevor Etienne.
Trevor.
To Austin. He's like the biggest Trevor Etienne guy I've ever heard. I don't know what. I don't think he's ever even seen him play football, I don't think. I think he just knows his last name's Etienne.
5 bids. How?
Oh, ran out of money. Ran out of money.
I think I went through them. I think I saw like Peter had like 6 for like 100. Like he just wanted
I just wanted
someone.
one guy. Yeah. And then Quinn Ewers, Austin's on fuck to a train, so that's
Oh,
pretty.
Luke was late to the party, dropping the 100 on.
100 on Brashard, which
Brashard
is
Smith.
honestly probably a miss from some of us there not doing that. I think he's pretty good.
Dante
stash
Thorne.
there.
That's my guy.
You like Dante? This guy
And
sucks.
Savion.
This guy
Surprised he
sucks.
lasted.
I'm
Oh,
just- Dude,
they're both on
he's
our
Walmart
dynasty team.
Cordero Patterson. Get out of here, bro. Isaiah Bond, who will not be on a football team, I don't think.
He still isn't.
I know he will not be either. This is a good pickup from you, Kenny Pickett.
I dropped him for Joe Flacco then later.
That's perfectly fine. They're the same thing. So
on. Yeah.
Arian Smith, I love it. I saw him in there. I love
mess
it.
with it.
I love it. Hendon Hooker, that should have been a second round pick right there a couple years ago, but now instead it's a waiver wire guy. I think I've dropped and picked up Hendon Hooker 3 times. Like, I'm being so serious.
Check it.
Can you actually see?
Yeah. If you go to history, scroll down.
Just twice.
Okay. He's 27 already. God
Remember when I
damn.
took him for a 306 and you sent me a second round pick and I said no? What a ridiculous person I am. What a ridiculous person I am. That's insane.
I know. And now I'm never reaching on a quarterback ever again
No.
unless they're like a top 15 pick.
Calvin Austin, good pickup. They got really no one right now.
Yeah, that was after the
After the George Pickens trade. I mean, these are just guys filling rosters at this point. None of these guys are worth anything. Nicey Kendra Miller pickup that we talked about. Nicey Joe
Both
Flacco.
back-to-back picks.
Oh, I dropped Derek Carr. Oh, what a trade that was from me. So sick. I don't think Kirk will really play ever again, so I'm not too upset about it. But
No, yeah, I wouldn't be. Oh yeah, and then there was one other trade that happened.
was there?
Yeah. We made a trade.
Oh my God, we did make a trade.
Yeah.
I forgot about that trade. Where do I see I can go in our messages probably.
And I've been like holding on to that pick too because I like don't really want to like throw it out. Like
Here
I
you
just
go.
kind of
This is what we did.
Second round for second round.
This is just putting our balls on the table and saying, I think my pick's better than I'm gonna do better than you. And I think this is fun. This is a good time.
This is fun. This was me looking at your running back room. Like, if there's an injury to Kamara or Judkins doesn't pan out as fast as he should.
Hey, I got the entire Cowboys running back room. You better watch your mouth. They're about to go off. Javante's finally gonna show himself as the man I knew he would be. If not, then Jaden Blue will.
And then
Also,
you're just rooting for my QB demise too.
That's true. Yeah, like if you don't get a QB, I think I just win. So that's good. But yeah, that's kind of everything that went down. That was the extent of the offseason so far in the Pigskin Pals Dynasty League. We appreciate you all for watching and coming back for season 3 of the Pigskin Pals podcast. Comment down below a bunch of stuff. Who you're picking up off waivers, your favorite waiver wire pickup, who your favorite draft picks were in the rookie draft, things like that. Let us know. We love reading it. Anything else, Dan?
Yeah, stay tuned we're going to have that accolade episode probably soon where we'll pick defensive, offensive players of the years. We'll go over what we picked last year, see how those compare. And yeah, just a whole lot of other fun stuff. Maybe we'll do some more team reviews, but a lot faster. So we'll see. Comment what you want to see down below.
Please do. Peace out.
All right, go Scout.